Hi everyone, welcome. I am Maggie of maggiesbliss.com. We're here to talk about transmitting the Star Rites. So, I'm just going to do this right away. First thing you do is you cleanse and clear your space. For me, I love using white sage as the cleansing and clearing of the space wherever you're going to be offering those rites. So you can use Palo Santo, whatever is cleansing and clearing for you. It's nice to do it with a little smudge on hand. And I'm just gonna come over here, see my kitty. Oh my god, look at this cute kitty. And then we must put out the smudge. So when you're doing the Star Rites, you will receive the Star Rites first. So once you have received the Star Rites, you are empowered and encouraged to share with all those who are called to receive them from you. So just as the same with any of your attunements, Reiki, IET, Munay-Ki, whatever you're offering, the right people are going to come to see you and receive them from you. So the Star Rites themselves, so there are 4 Star Rites in my manual, right? They are channeled through Natalie Alea and Bridget Rao, and I received these Star Rites from Bridget Rao. So, these Star Rites are, as I said, they're channeled through, and same with Munay-Ki. To transmit these rites, your intention is the most important thing. As with anything, feng shui, energy, law of attraction, you're calling in something, your intention is key. It's the first thing. You're always going to have that as your main criteria. So you cleanse and clear your space. So when you get all 4 Star Rites from me, you will be getting a quickie description of how you can cleanse and clear your space if you're new to it. Opening sacred space, grounding your energy down, and maybe envisioning golden roots like tree roots deep into Mother Earth. And then before you start each rite, you will open Huerta and close Huerta. So you will, and here's Huerta is crown chakra or soul star. You bring your hands to your heart and you lift them up, penetrating your soul star above your head. Like the sun, that beautiful light engulfs your energy as you spread your arms out. And then if your participant's in front of you and you're standing, right, you're going to then spread that. You're going to engulf the participant in front of you, the person receiving the rite. They're going to receive that energy as well. So you open Huerta. It might be a little bit faster. You might decide you're and be called to do it a little slower, like you're going to go with your flow. You open the Huerta, right? Then you're going to balance divine feminine and masculine energy, where you just place your hands on each of their shoulders, and then you have that intention of balancing the polarities within them, the divine feminine, divine masculine energies within all of us. I've created a nice invocation that you can use to call in the 4 directions, the horizontal force, the vertical force in here. So you can do that when you start. You're going to clear the space. You're going to do your invocation that's right here. Then when you're ready to do your Star Rite, you're going to go behind them, open Huerta, balance divine feminine, masculine energy. You've grounded your energy, right? So that is happening. So you may receive a request to do 1 Star Rite at a time, or maybe you're doing all 4. If you're doing all 4 in a row, you can decide if you need to redo each time. I just do that just out of habit to redo, like opening Huerta and that kind of thing. Or you can open Huerta for the entire day, and then at the end, the last rite they receive, you can close. For me, I just open and close for each rite. That's just how I roll. And then you're going to use your intuition. So then we have 4 Star Rites, right? We have the Soul Star Rite, which is the first of the Star Rites. And go to my intro to receive the information about each of the rites, so that we're making this nice and short for you guys. So to make sure that we're getting right to the transmitting. So the Soul Star Rite is transmitted, and they can be seated, they can be laying down. you will be finishing it with forehead to forehead transmission. So you decide if it's too awkward for you to do forehead to forehead transmission. If they're reclined, you can just have them, make sure they're seated. So as I said, when you transmit the rites, it's your intention first. Just like all the rites, you're going to ask that your energy be as far, be removed as much as possible, so that you're a clear and perfect channel for the energy that is meant to come through for the client, for you, whatever. If you're doing self, sometimes we like a little redo even on ourselves. But with the Soul Star Rite, so you'll see in the manual that you receive, the Soul Star Rite, you have the description, you have the written way of doing the transmission in case you can't get to the video or something, right? If you're like, I forget, what do I have to do? You can just read it, and that's perfect too. With the Soul Star Rite, it's going into the power center, your solar plexus, Pachamama. Mama Kocha up here, the high heart. So heart center, and just above it is your high heart, which connects you to the galactic heart center. And that's known as Mama Kocha. And then the Kiro word for Weta Kocha, as I said, crown chakra. So those are the 3 locations. And then so how to transmit. So now I've said a few minutes. Now go around behind your participant and pretend they're like, I'm going to do it sideways. Pretend they're like right in front of me. You open Weta Kocha for Soul Star, right? Engulf the participant. And then here's what I like to do. As you must know, if you're with me, I love to lead people on journeys so that it feels like they're able to get down deep and really experience the fullness of whatever they're meant to experience. They don't have to have the meditation. The rite can be transmitted with or without the meditation. It's all of your intention, and it's totally up to the individual. So some people may receive the journey and the meditation. Some people are like, no, just give me the rite. I'm good. And it's perfect either way. So it's your intuition. You can offer the meditation to lead them in. For the Soul Star Rite, I love to take you into the galaxy to connect to all the different souls lineage that you're going to connect to, and see which one pulls you and calls to you, which one is more your home, and that kind of a thing out into the cosmos, right? So if you're going right to, or let's say you've led them in, they're calm, they're in meditation, up to you. Then you go behind them, you open Weta Kocha, you engulf them. Place your hands on their shoulders, balance divine feminine and masculine energy. Connect to that energy for a moment, connect to theirs. You've already set up the space, you've removed yourself as much as possible from the process, and then you can stand in front of them where they're seated, and then you're going to, and you can use your pie stone or not for this, right? It's up to you. Pie stone. I don't have one with me right now. So I have a pie stone. Here's your chikana, right? A pie stone has a hole in the middle. It's like a donut, has a hole in the middle. If you receive the Munay-Ki rites, you know what the pie stone is. So the pie stone can be any type of stone, any type of gemstone out there. So if you're using it, you can hold the pie stone in your hands while you're connecting, but you connect to Pachamama, to solar plexus for the Soul Star Rite. You build the energy, and then you bring it in for however long you need to, and then you bring it into the participant, the person receiving, into their power center. You hold, you allow it to process for as long as needed. Then you make your way back up. Now you're going to your high heart chakra, Mama Kocha, connecting to that energy, and then it's often felt as watery energy. And then you place it into their high heart chakra, and you hold for as long as is needed. Then you come up to your crown, and then you call forth that energy of Weta Kocha, and as long as is needed, and then you place your hands on their crown and hold for as long as needed to transmit that right. And then finally you lean in to do forehead to forehead transmission, where you're pressing your forehead against their forehead, third eye to third eye, crown to crown. And then you hold for as long as is needed. And often the biggest punch of the rite is the forehead to forehead transmission. And then you transmit that rite. Stay as long as is needed. and then you're going to close. So as you begin, you might say, I'm going to offer the soul star, right? There's a little written sentence you can say, connecting you to the fifth dimension, higher self, into your energy field now. And then when you close, you're scooping the energy. You're closing Werakocha, scooping over their head, scooping over your head, bowing your gratitude and giving thanks. And then they have received the soul star, right? You may give them a hug, congratulate them on receiving the soul star, right? Or something. So if you're doing this remotely, same thing. You can lead them in on a meditation if you're live, or you can send them one if you're not live. Transmitting it remotely, you can either have a chair in front of you and make all the motions physically, envisioning their essence and energy with you, or you with them, or somewhere in between. I am very, very visual myself, so I often will visualize everything and not necessarily have a chair, but I'm envisioning them and their essence and with them, and doing everything in my visual as I'm transmitting the rite. So options there. It can be done in person or remote, which is nice. So then we have the Pleiadian golden woven path rite. You see this nice visual, nice write up about the rite, and it's connecting to the Pleiadians. And again, it's your intention. So for the Pleiadian golden woven path rite, you're lighting a candle before you begin, or if you're remote, you're having them envision it, or lighting a candle where they are while they're receiving. They can choose to receive and be in meditation while you are doing it at the same exact time, outside of time and space, or they can choose to receive it when they are able to go in meditation, even though they can't do it at the same time that you're doing it. Light a candle, have them focus on the candle, or if you're leading them in meditation, maybe you have them, you light the candle beforehand, so they have the visual, and then they can close their eyes, and then perhaps they're envisioning that candle. So again, meditation or not, you're going to then introduce the rite. You are going to, again, as I mentioned, do Werakocha, balanced divine feminine masculine energy, and then you let them know that the Pleiadian golden woven path rite connects you to, and then you mention all of the things that you'd like to mention in letting them know they're about to receive. You're going to guide your initiate on that journey to the Pleiadian golden woven path rite, where they're greeted by the keepers of the rite. These are the Pleiadian mother and child. Some people see female child, some people see male child. Notice what comes to you. So at some point, you'll invite the initiate to add their golden thread to the golden woven path rite. The Pleiadians are the ones offering this rite. So you're just opening and offering the space and sending them there so that they can receive that rite, connect their golden thread to the 5D golden woven path, right? And let's see. You can have them imagine that golden energy over their head as you do, to assist in the energy and holding that space, and then connecting to that energy. They take a moment, allow them time to connect with the Pleiadians, any messages they need to receive, and then they can, again, stay as long as they like. You close Werakocha, right? And then you congratulate them on receiving, have them open their eyes, come back to center. That would be, again, if you're doing it remote, you're just envisioning all of this. It's transmitted with your intention always. Anyway, there's no pie stone for the second one. There's no forehead to forehead transmission. The rite is being received by the Pleiadians. So then we have my favorite, the Lyran Triple Infinity Abundance Rite. Okay, they're all my favorite. I'm sorry. So, and the Lyran Triple Infinity Abundance Rite. So, speeding through, because I realize I'm taking a little longer than I anticipated, and I want this to be a quick fix for you. So, I'll let everyone know that they can go to the 6-minute mark and then jump in to the actual transmitting, but there was a little talk at the beginning. For the Lyran Triple Infinity Abundance Rite, again, you can lead them on that meditation. I love to lead you in so that you're, for taking your time, softening your energy and coming closer and closer to that Lyran energy. And again, so then what is happening here is you have them envision, this is the part where you will have them envision beautiful golden dust entering their lungs, their pores, restructuring their cells and DNA, and then allowing and imagining that they are rising up. So have them rise up through the golden dust, with the golden dust in their soul, astral body, traveling out of the atmosphere towards the huge golden star. And the golden star, as they get closer and closer, they begin to see is actually a Merkaba. So they step inside and they're invited inside this golden Merkaba, where they meet 3 Lyran guides. And these beautiful golden Lyran guides will have the initiate lay on a golden table. They can have a nice soft pillow to lay on, that kind of thing. And then they're going to be offering the Lyran Triple Infinity Abundance Rite along with you. You will be offering the solar plexus, heart, third eye, and crown chakras. So for this, and then the Lyran guides will take over, embedding more in the brain. So once they're laying down, then you can open Kocha. Right? Begin. And then what you're going to do is begin that download. You're going to draw the golden infinity symbol, right? So I'm just drawing it right now so that you can see it. So do what's called to you. I sometimes do it vertical and sometimes I do it sideways. It's whatever comes to me in the moment. But first you're going to draw it. You're going to do it 8 times. In each of the spots that you are doing. You're drawing the infinity symbol with continued repetition 8 times in the solar plexus. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, while you're still envisioning it being embedded, and just even pausing for a moment when you're done, sending in the solar plexus, and then you're bringing it into the heart 8 times, right? And I won't draw it 8 times every time, just so it's fast for you guys. 8 times into the heart center and you hold. And then same for the throat. Oh wait, third eye. It's solar plexus, heart to third eye. And you do that 8 times into the third eye. And then 8 times into the crown. And then you just feel that energy, allow it to continue to flow. And for the remaining symbols that are placed within the brain, you can allow the guides to complete this while you focus your intention that this is being done 8 times at a cellular and energetic level. And sometimes I'll finish it with a beautiful large golden infinity throughout their entire body. And when the Lyran guides are done, you feel everything is complete, then you will lead them back out of the Merkaba and back home if you had led them anywhere, or just have them step out of the Merkaba, and if you're doing like a remote session, and they are back in their bodies. So and that's it for the Lyran Triple Infinity Abundance Rite. So whether you're leading them on a long meditation or not, you can do this right, and it can be fairly quick. It's a very good meditation for the person sending, as you're sending, to really connect to that energy. Always connect to it. The final rite is the Kotakuna Karpe. And the Kotakuna Karpe is connecting you to the 7 stars of the 7 sisters, the 7 Pleiades, and into each of your chakras. Each of these chakras align to each one of your 7 chakras. Each of these stars, I think I said that backwards. Each of the Pleiades stars aligns to your chakras, and what you're doing is envisioning a beautiful line of energy connecting to that star, to each chakra. So you will lead them in if you'd like, send them off to Alcyon, off to all the beautiful 7 stars. Or again, you're just going right to the right where you're opening Kocha. And then now notice in the transmission, it just tells you what to do very quickly. in the description of the Kochakuna Karpe, which here's the visual that you see, and then it tells you what each star is and what it aligns, which chakra it aligns to, so that when you do this, you're opening Huerta Kocha, so the soul star, and you're engulfing the protege, and then you're connecting with the energies of the Pleiades, and specifically that first star to start, Taigana, and then you bring it into the root chakra of your protege. Then you move on to the next star into the root, next star into the root, or into the next star into the sacral, next star into solar plexus, heart, and your 7 main chakras. And then you will close Huerta Kocha. Now, there are many ways of doing these rites, many in-person ways of offering these rites. These rites, and especially even that last one, is a rite that is already out there in the world, and it's something that Bridget Rao actually just channeled into her. And when she was aligning with each of these chakras, she only then found out that it's actually already a rite that was already in existence for a very long time, very ancient shamanic rite. No matter what you're doing in the physical world with how to do the rite, the important part is how you're transmitting it with your intention. So hopefully that wasn't too fast, but it's a quick description of how to actually transmit these rites. Let me know if you have questions. Again, these are channeled rites. There's no other text to be that is out there that I know of, that Bridget Rao knows of with regard to these, because they were channeled, and we are all connected. And when we receive these rites, we receive what we're meant to receive and how we're meant to receive it and the way we're meant to receive it, and we're meant to transmit it, how we're meant to transmit it through whatever channel is coming through us. And it's the energy and the frequency. We go up to 5D and higher, and we connect to that energy, and we, as the person offering the rite, will connect our protege to that energy and give them the opportunity to also be able to receive the rite and transmit it to others. And it's an intention and an energetic transmission first. And then if there's any amazing things that you'd like to add to it and make it your own, to really make it a more full day class, you can. It's what's meant to be and received through you. I've done this rite remotely and in person. I've done it in Himalayan salt caves. Love doing it, that good energy. But I just wanted to let you guys know that this is another beautiful galactic energy source that takes us beyond. From Munay-Ki, we're told we are going to receive rites within us that are beyond Munay-Ki. So it's the rites to come, and whatever you receive, you're meant to send on. So the Star Rites are the next installment. And then there are, I have also the Rite of the Womb on my website, maggiesbliss.com. I offer the Star Rites, I offer the Shamanic Death Rites, I offer the Munay-Ki Rites, and I also have, of course, Reiki IET, Magnified Healing as other offerings. So let me know if you're interested in receiving, if you haven't already received them, if they're calling to you. I am actually in the works of something new that's coming hopefully by next year that is bringing in a lot more star energy too, but it's going to be light and shadow. It's going to hold some pretty amazing shadow work as well as star work. A lot of activations and transmissions will be included in that. So stay tuned for that. But again, come to my website if you have questions. You can message me privately. Let me know. For the Star Rites, the Munay-Ki Rites, you can offer pie stones. At the end of my manual, I really wanted to include extra information for you. So if you're getting the Star Rites or Munay-Ki Rites, you're going to see more information about the Chumpy stones and what that entails, because that may come up. And in the Munay-Ki manual, I also include information about the Chakra that I just showed you guys. So that being said, remember to smudge before and after, clear your space and close and all the good stuff. And I will be seeing you guys soon. Have an amazing rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this.